What's going on, YouTube? This is the Narrow Way coming to you with the video, and today this video is going to be about Christians lying, and but I'm coming at it with a different approach with the whole LGBT agenda, forcing you to lie. And what I mean by that is that there's an agenda out here with the transgender community that is basically forcing you to lie, forcing you to deny reality, and this is more so geared toward Christians. I did like somewhat of a similar video in the past, but I want to kind of just reiterate this because this is extremely important. I see a lot of Christians, well, self-proclaimed Christians, and you're not a Christian if you're lying, number one. But it's a false, it's a delusion that you have to be nice and kind and lie to people to appease their sin. And that's not what the Bible says. The Bible clearly says, "Thou shalt not lie." And what you're doing is, and the thing of it is that's, you know, that's iniquity. And so what's going on is that you have the transgender community telling people that you need to, if you're Christian, if you're a loving Christian, you would be kind, and you would accept the fact that a man is now a woman, and a woman now is a man. And they say that is love. That's the loving thing to do. Is to accept someone for who they think they are, and not who God made them. So, first of all, their definition of love is called love is love, which is ambiguous because that means nothing. You can't define something by its own word. That's like saying, somebody asks you what is a dog, and you say, oh, well, a dog is a dog. No. A dog is not a dog. You can't define a dog as a dog. You know what I'm saying? So their definition of love is ambiguous, so meaning that they don't have to actually pretty much lock that down to what it truly is. If you go by God's definition of love, one of the things that God says in His Word, and don't take my word for it, is that love does not indulge itself in iniquity. It does not embrace iniquity. Meaning that if you're living in a life of sin, love does not embrace that. It does not embrace that. It does not indulge in iniquity. It does not endorse iniquity. That's what love doesn't do. If you love somebody, you're going to tell them the truth. You're not going to relish in iniquity. You're not going to do that. And so the transgender movement, the transgender ideology, totally is antithetical to what love really is. And they always use the word love, and you need to be kind and all of this stuff like that. So this whole video is to let Christians know, don't fall for the lie. You know, oh, well, you know, my son, my daughter is a trans, thinks that they are the opposite sex. They think they have been, you know, they have been indoctrinated, they have been brainwashed, they have been fooled by Satan that they are the opposite gender. You know? And the thing of it is, I don't understand how, this is just me personally, how in the world can, I mean, that's some serious indoctrination. How in the world can someone, something, some entity, some person, I don't know, I don't know, I guess I can't even explain. That's how so unrealistic it is that I couldn't even explain anything trying to tell me that I'm a woman. That's how hard it is for me to even grasp even the concept of anything telling me that I am something that I'm not. But that's how powerful the enemy is. The enemy is so powerful that he can convince you of pretty much anything. I'm looking at people now, and the enemy now has convinced some people that they're dogs, that they are dogs, that they're literally dogs. And they literally come out barking and howling like a dog. So not only can the enemy convince you that you are the other, that you're the other sex, the enemy now has convinced people that they can be another breed, a breed of dog or a dog. So, and it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse. But back to the subject matter. Yeah, they will try to convince you to be nice, to be kind, to be loving. That's the loving thing to do, even though that they can't define what love is, because one of the key components of love, it does not embrace iniquity. So if you're looking at God's definition, and God establishes love, you can't get around man does not establish love. Because if man established love, then if that's the case, then you could love anything. You could fall in love with anything. So we already know man's definition of love is all jacked up, because it's subjective. Oh, if a man wants to love a tree, if a man wants to love a kid, if a man wants to love so we already know that is subjective. It's anecdotal. You can't go by what man's definition of love is. You have to go by the actual creator who created love, his definition. And he's laid it out. That if you loved him, you follow his commandments. So, guys, I just want to let you guys know, Christians, that do not fall for it, because at the end of the day, when you die, and you will die, I'm going to die. When we die, we're going to have to account. We are all going to have to account for everything we did. And the thing of it is that when God asks you, why did you sit there and lie over and over and over again, after you called yourself a Christian, you lied over and over again to affirm someone's delusions of what they were, that's something that I didn't create. You're affirming something that God didn't create. That's all kind of diabolical. Because number one, you're lying. That's number one. Number two is you're affirming someone's delusion and actually enforcing their sin. You're enforcing their sin. Oh, I'm not enforcing their sin, I'm just being nice. You are enforcing their sin. If I'm a glutton and I'm eating Krispy Kreme donuts by the box every day, and you come in there and I'm weighing about 400 or 500 pounds or whatever, can't even breathe, and you're telling me, oh wow, you look great, you sound great. Here, let me give you another box of donuts, because you've polished off this 24 pack of donuts. Let me go ahead and bring you another box of donuts so you can polish these off. And let me go ahead and say that you look great. Your body looks great. You're affirming gluttony. You're affirming gluttony. It's no different. And I was listening to some some psychotic doctor, I guess I guess she lost her medical license the other day. I think she's in like the UK, and she was saying that, oh, you know, don't call it a mental illness, there's nothing wrong, and all that stuff like that. You have to affirm. So if someone feels that they are the opposite sex or whatever like that, you know, then that's true. Doesn't matter if they're 12 years old or 8 years old, they know what they want. And I'm thinking to myself, what about someone that feels like they are fat? Anorexia. They literally in their minds feel that they are fat. So they are starving themselves. They're starving themselves. Oh, and then when they answer that, it's like, oh, well, that's a mental illness. What's the difference? It's not. They're both out of reality. They're out of reality. And what you're doing is, when you're saying this, you're basically no different than telling an anorexia person that, oh, you know what, there's nothing wrong with you. Yeah, you are fat. You need to lose some weight. And the girl's already 89 pounds. And she says, oh, I feel fat, I gotta throw up this food. And you're like, yeah, you sure do. You're disgusting. You're morbidly obese. Like, you're affirming that. You're affirming someone's sickness. You are affirming someone's sickness. And when you do that, not only are you lying, but you are helping send that person to hell, and you're going to hell right along with them. As they used to say back in the day, you're going to hell with kerosene drawers on. So guys, don't fall for it. Stop lying to trans people to affirm them. That's the name of this video. Christians, stop lying to trans people. Because you're only making it worse. When you affirm someone like that and they're seeing you making it worse, what's the difference between me going out here, if I was married, going out here and cheating on my wife, and then my boys coming along, seeing me with the mistress, and they're saying, man, oh man, I envy you, man. You got it made. You doing the right thing, man. You doing the right thing. I'm with the mistress. We chilling. We off in the cut. And my boys are coming up on me like, man, wow, I wish I could be like you. You're making all the right decisions. You are affirming my sin. And the thing of it is, we only do that, for the most part, to the whole transgender community, which there's no such thing technically as a trans person. It's just a homosexual woman or a homosexual male that has now altered their body. A transgender is pretty much a full transgender person is a castrated man, is a castrated homosexual man. That's it. There is no such thing as woman. You're a castrated homosexual, and then you're affirming that. You're affirming that. And then, God forbid, if the person is on the fence and you calling yourself a Christian, they're on the fence, they're like, well, I don't know if I should go far with it. And then you affirming it. That could push them over the edge to get that surgery that they probably will regret later. And on Judgment Day, they will regret it on Judgment Day. There will not be a genderless person on Judgment Day. There will not be a non-binary going up there talking about, yeah, God, you got it wrong. There's not going to be a non-binary person talking about, God, you misgendered me. God, I know I'm here to get judged, but you just misgendered me. God's like, no, I made you a man. Now you arguing with God talking about, nah, I'm a woman. How you going to argue with God on Judgment Day telling God to stop misgendering you? Think about how crazy that sounds. You have died in your sin, and then you're going to go up to God and tell God that he misgendered you. The gall. All right, guys, I just want to share that with you. But Christians, don't do it, because when you die, I'm the last person you got to worry about. When you die, you don't worry about this video. Worry about the creator of everything. The creator of the universe, the creator of all the galaxies, the creator of life, the creator of time, the creator of all history, the creator of oxygen, the creator of everything before and after. That's the person you got to worry about. And God does not make mistakes. All right, guys. Just want to let you know that if you listen to this video, that means that God woke you up this morning and gave you another chance to get your life right with him. God bless.